This is Grease Scotsman with QuakeCon, and we're sitting here with Tim Willits, and I've got a couple of my staff here. We go ahead and say hi. We've got Space and Shahar.
Hi. Hey.
And of course, Tim, you want to talk about, I guess, your exact title. I'm sure most people that are going to watch this, they're going to know it, but just in case.
Yes. My name is Tim Willits. I am the creative director working on Rage for id Software. Very excited.
We were very excited too. Now, let's jump right into Rage, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit about QuakeCon.
Okay. Yes.
So, I am a huge fan of modding id engines, and I have to say I still tinker with the Doom 3 engine, and quite frankly, I love to hear. We just got finished watching Paul Wedgwood talking about Brink, and so that's basically the Doom 3 engine all grown up.
Yes.
And it looked beautiful.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
So, from a modder's perspective,
id Tech 5.
id Tech 5.
Well, it's definitely different than id Tech 4. It does require more horsepower to do the mega texture. It doesn't require more horsepower to play it, right, but to generate the mega texture and to get the assets laid out, it does require a bit of server work. But honestly, I don't know John's plans where it comes to modding. I know that it will be a bit more difficult than our previous games, but John is probably the best person to ask that question to. One of the cool things about Rage is we have created a layer system for everything, from the wastelands to the areas where you have the first-person combat, the towns. So you can change those layers and get drastically different gameplay feelings and experiences. For instance, the race that we demo in the Rage demo actually takes place in the wasteland, and that's just a different layer. So as modders, hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of that layer system. But really, John Carmack really is the best person to get the real straight answer on the modding capabilities.
Well then, how about will the tools eventually be made available to everybody?
Yeah, like the id Tech 4 stuff. If you type editor, it just comes right up.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so that'll help a lot.
I know that you mostly deal with the gameplay department, and actually with Rage, I've always been a big fan of these kind of open world-esque go anywhere, do anything, and there's always kind of a weird line when you start entering that environment with how much are you goaded to follow the main storyline, how much off to the side quests are there. Is it kind of that structure of main storyline with side quests along the way?
Yeah, what we like to say is it's open but directed.
Okay.
And both Matt and I, we hate being lost. We hate having 20 quests and you don't know where to go. I want to finish a quest here, and then I want one guy over here to send me this way so I can keep on a path. So the game is directed, it has a story, but if you choose, there are opportunities for you to do side jobs, you can go on some extra races, you can compete in Bash TV, so you really have opportunities to experience more of the game if you choose.
Oh, great.
So if you really like driving around, blowing up banks in the wasteland, do more of that.
So you're going to be able to do that though. It's not going to be solely racing like you've seen so far, is it? So
no. As the demo is shown, you'll be able to have vehicle combat. You can explore the wasteland. You can go inside these underground areas where the bandits live and hunt mutants. And you really have a lot of opportunities to do some fun things.
Awesome. Just run around and blow shit up or kill people.
Yes, that is always fun. Yes. And that's one of the reasons why we went with this kind of post-apocalyptic theme, is we wanted to create a wasteland type environment where you got cool muscle car type vehicles,
which we haven't seen yet, which they haven't shown in any of the footage yet.
Yeah.
We've seen the buggies, right? They show the little buggies.
Yes. See it tomorrow.
Yes.
And that was one of the big questions. For me, was is there going to be some more Mad Max style stuff, like beefy cars, Interstate 76 style stuff?
Yes. Yes.
Now the technology id Tech 5, we're not only looking at the texture virtualization, things like that. We've seen some documents on hazard avoidance for the AI. And of course, the gameplay and the new technology always have this interesting relationship. In designing the gameplay, have you had any of those moments yet where it's like, aha, we can do something we haven't had the experience to interact with, or a new way to shoot things?
Well, the
a new way to get shot.
Yeah.
Yes. The design and the technology is coming along well. They're integrating well. The biggest advantage that we have with Rage and this go around, as you will, is that we have so many more programmers. We have John Carmack, John Paul, the big brain crew that are working on the core technology. We have our AI guys and our gameplay guys. So we have the opportunity to have more resources that has allowed us to have more gameplay, more fun, as you will. And whenever the guys come up with some new AI algorithm or something, inevitably there is an opportunity that comes out of it that we haven't thought of. And at the end of the trailer that we just released, you can see this big giant mutant.
Yeah.
And that came from the fact that we needed to be able to scale some things for another subsystem. And we were like, hey, we can make these really big giant mutants. So it's kind of like, it's this iteration and the fact that everyone has input in the game design process that really drives some cool ideas.
Yeah, I have visions of like cars circling a giant mutant, like trying to take him down. Can you circle strafe?
There's no circle strafing in vehicles, which does, bring up an interesting thing about the vehicle combat is while we were working on this, we discovered that we will be adding more defensive weapons or more area attacks and stuff. But for the demo that you guys will see, we've stuck to just chain guns on the vehicles, but we will expand that as well.
Did you guys play like busted like old Twisted Metal and throw those around and check those out? Or?
We did a lot of research, and hopefully we've established a good middle ground, good approachable system when it comes to the vehicle interactions, the vehicle gameplay. Because again, the game Rage at its core is a first-person game. We're not going to stray too far from what we do best.
Okay.
But we've layered some things on top of that experience to make it more rich, to make it more fulfilling. And we feel that with the accessibility and the ease of gameplay with the vehicles that we're able to do that. And it's important to know that we're not trying to create this super realistic car physics. We're trying to make things fun.
Yeah.
Whenever we
and thank you for that.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank you for that. As a gamer.
Big thing at HCW too.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Whenever we reach a junction between fun and realism, fun for Rage has to win. Because that's you want to have a good time.
But that being said, I have to ask, what was your first reaction the first time that you saw the particle system, like the smoke plumes that I've seen in the Rage videos, like whenever the cars crash? I look at that and I go, oh
grenade
my God.
explosion.
Yes,
oh my God.
yes, and the screen effects. That stuff is cool. When the cars blow up, and hopefully tomorrow I'll have some good blow ups.
Shoot good
because we're playing live, and sometimes the cars fall apart, sometimes they blow up. But when they blow up, it's awesome.
You guys, you're gonna be playing. You're saying I'm playing live, but you keep doing the console joystick.
Yes.
You guys,
Still slapping wrists.
Yes, it's funny that people were so concerned about were playing with the controller. Is one of the things. I mean, I've been at it for 15 years. I promise you that we know how to make a first-person shooter with a keyboard and mouse. We know
Right, exactly.
No question. Yeah.
So for us, with Rage, we focused on things early on that were new for us. Vehicle racing, the vehicle combat. We worked on console games, but we've never made the game internally.
First party.
Yeah, first party.
Yeah.
So that's why we're like, okay, let's focus on stuff that we're not great at. Because we know we can do that stuff well. And let's get controllers in people's hands. Let's get it approachable. Let's make this fun. Because we need to get over the big hurdles first, and then we can go and tune up stuff that we already know we're good at.
So one thing about that is, was it hard to go like? 'Cause